Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert City Council has denied a request from Ronald McDonald House, Saskatchewan to carry some surfacing costs for the development of 25th Street West. Ronald McDonald House was denied its request for the city to carry the surfacing costs, including pavement and curbs. The development is at 25th Street West from 7th Avenue to 10th Avenue West, with Ronald McDonald House only paying its proportional share. The organization had previously agreed to carry underground servicing costs and to collect contribution or reimbursement from benefiting property owners.
We are covering our costs as per our agreement with the city. We hadn't finalized the agreement on the surfacing, and so I felt it was our opportunity to revisit that and look at ways that we can perhaps work together.
The organization had previously said it would take reasonable action to enter an agreement for surfacing with comparable payment responsibilities. Sask Power says its grid remains strong as the weekend weather strained power grids across the continent. A strong winter storm with heavy snow and freezing rains affected people from West Texas all the way to eastern Canada Sunday and had more than 500,000 Americans without power. From Friday evening until Monday morning, Sask Power sold power to 14 states in the Midwest. With temperatures dropping below -30, demand remained consistently above 3,500 megawatts during the weekend. So not 1.21 gigawatts, but 3,500 megawatts, Jeff. That's a lot of power.
That is a lot of power, and it's a good thing we have the integrated grid. I believe the state of Texas does not participate in that situation, and so I don't know how the Lone Star states fared with the tough conditions. But yes, those tough conditions are continuing to linger in parts of eastern Saskatchewan, Manitoba. Slowly, it's a slow-moving system. Ultimately, it's still going to be impacting Ontario as well. Canada's east coast is going to be dealing with a little bit more in terms of precipitation, and on BC's coast we're talking about winds and rain returning to the west coast, but across the province of our province rather, temperatures are slowly warming up. We'll talk about the numbers later on.
Prince Albert RCMP are looking for 2 men following a stabbing on Muscadet First Nation on Saturday. At around 6:30 Saturday evening, police, EMS, and STARS responded to a report of stabbing to find 2 adult men with injuries consistent with stab wounds. One was transported to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, while the other was taken to hospital by STARS with serious injuries. Officers learned 4 suspects wearing masks entered a home on Muscadet. 2 of the suspects assaulted the victims before all 4 left in a vehicle. Police later found the vehicle with no one inside. As a result of the investigation, RCMP have charged 34-year-old Jordan Stonesand and 27-year-old Chance Smith with multiple offenses, including break and enter. Police are looking to identify the 2 other suspects. A Saskatoon woman took the witness stand today, recounting the moment her husband was shot. Eva Pritchard was the first Crown witness in the second-degree murder trial of 23-year-old Caitlin Desjardins Kelly. Her spouse, Arden Panapakisik, was killed in February of 2024 inside their home on Avenue K North. Pritchard testified she did not know the accused well, saying she had only met him once or twice as a guest of their roommates. She told the court her husband and the accused got into an argument that turned into a shootout. Pritchard testified Desjardins Kelly left the house, then returned moments later and shot her husband in the neck. She said she ran to Panapakisik and heard him take his last breath. The trial is expected to continue throughout the week. Saskatoon police are investigating 2 incidents that saw suspects force their way into homes and assault victims with a machete. The first incident happened last night just before 8:30 in the 3100 block of Laurier Drive. A 33-year-old man was found with serious injuries. He told police he was inside an apartment when 3 men came into the suite and assaulted him with a machete. He was taken to hospital to be treated. Then at about 1 o'clock this morning, police were called to the 1600 block of 22nd Street West, where a 46-year-old man reported that 6 or 7 people went into his suite and also assaulted him with a machete. The victim's injuries also serious in this attack. Police do not believe the attacks are connected. A 28-year-old man is in hospital after being shot this morning. He told police he was in an alley behind the 2200 block of 22nd Street West at 2 this morning when he was confronted by a man he didn't know. The man demanded cash, stole the victim's wallet, and shot the victim before taking off. The victim is expected to recover, and police are looking for the suspect. Police also investigating the assault of a taxi driver by a group armed with a machete. Officers were called to the 2200 block of East Hill just after 11 o'clock last night. The driver reported arriving to pick up his passengers when two people pushed him. One had a machete. Several people were inside the home, including a 41-year-old man who had 2 knives, a baton, and drugs. He's now facing charges related to that. The taxi driver was not injured. Toys R Us stores are closing in Saskatchewan. A sign that the Toys R Us store in Saskatoon reads, "This store is closing, everything must go." The shutdown is part of a wave of closures as Toys R Us Canada struggles financially. Several suppliers are suing over alleged unpaid bills, including makers of Paw Patrol and Gabby's Dollhouse toys. The Canadian Press reports 6 suppliers are seeking more than $4 million, while landlords are suing for more than $31 million in alleged unpaid rent. For Saskatoon, it marks another major retailer leaving the downtown core after Hudson's Bay closed its doors last year.
Whenever there's a closure of any kind, big or small, especially in our district, seeing them leave, it is a little sad to see them go.
CTV reached out to Toys R Us but did not receive a response in time for broadcast. The town of Indian Head says it will fight the closure of an agricultural research center in the community. The facility is one of 7 being closed by the federal government across Canada. An estimated 30 employees in Indian Head could be impacted. The closure is part of a government effort to reduce the size of the federal civil service. The Indian Head Center has been conducting crop research since 1887. The town says it will work with federal and provincial elected representatives to fight the closure.
They did research into, from what I understand it, of making better crops, more protein, higher yields, different things like that, stuff that grows better in our climate. Is it a necessity? Yes, I think it is a great thing for the farmers, and they're doing the research to help them along with their production.
The Indian Head Research Center is one of 2 in the province being closed. The other is located in Scott. Grade 8 students in Regina toured the Scott Police Academy to learn more about the profession. The Scott Police Academy is a partnership with Regina Public Schools to provide students with learning experiences while in high school. Students gain an understanding of law enforcement taught by teachers and police officers. Students and leaders show the different divisions in the police service, including the explosive unit, K9, and SWAT.
I developed in a way where I gained leadership skills, communication skills, and skills to work with others. And before that, you never really had that coming out of grade 8.
Drill classes we do, they teach us how to be closer with each other and communicate without speaking. And I think that's a really good thing for us as an academy to be able to do.
The Scott Police Academy has around 70 to 80 students enrolled. The 27th Annual Literacy Week is encouraging Saskatchewan families to turn everyday moments like mealtime into learning opportunities. Running the whole week, activities are being held across the province with the theme of Make Mealtime Family Learning Time. It highlights how simple talking, counting, reading, and cooking together can build strong literacy skills at home. Focusing on reading and having conversation with kids is important with so much technology consuming people's lives. Parents in this class are joining their kids to foster literacy.
Learning starts from birth, if not even before. And so when we read with our children, spend time with our children, talk with our children, we're exposing them to vocabulary, we're exposing them to increased concentration, we're making eye contact, all the good thing that strengthens learning.
She says kids under 2 shouldn't have any screen time. Families can download a family literacy bingo card and take part in activities through their local family literacy hub until January 31st. Parks Canada has announced campers can start booking reservations for the upcoming season on Friday. Prince Albert National Park's Beaver Glen Campground will open from May 14th to October 11th, but residents can secure their camping spot starting this Friday at 8 a.m. Red Deer Campground will open for peak summer months of July and August, as electrical upgrades will be installed in spring and fall. Reservations for Red Deer Campground will be announced at a later date. The Canada Strong Pass offers a 25% discount on camping fees from June 19th to September 27th. Reservations can be made by phone or online through the Parks Canada website. When we come back, a culinary challenge for Sask Poly students. Jasmine Pelche learns more about the mystery box for the Prairie Fire Culinary Challenge.
We are at the Prince Albert Sask Polytech campus to talk about the Prairie Fire Culinary Challenge that's coming up. Could you tell me what the Prairie Fire Culinary Challenge is?
Absolutely. It's a new competition that I've kind of come up with this year. It's a way to bring students into competition. So the first part of it is student challenge, where they have to compete in a quick fire. They have a mystery box that's revealed to them with certain ingredients they have to use. They all compete for the opportunity to move forward to a gala dinner where they'll be paired with a chef mentor. So the top 8 from the competition will move forward.
Who is eligible to be a person in this competition? Like, is it just students?
Mainly students. In fact, that's all the entries I have right now are all Sask Poly from PA, from Saskatoon and Regina. And we've actually got a couple of alumni from last year competing too. So people outside of that, young chefs could compete as long as they don't have the red seal. But thankfully, we've got all Sask Poly students.
How many people have signed up to compete so far?
I believe I'm at about 14, and 16 was my cap because I have a certain amount of kitchen space and I got to run heat, so yeah.
We had the mystery ingredient box reveal. Could you talk a little bit about what was in that box and what other ingredients people had the opportunity to use for the challenge?
Absolutely. We've got revealed in the mystery box, we had pork tenderloin, beautiful Canadian product. We have persimmon, so a fruit that's kind of a little bit tougher to use. I wanted to make the students think about something they maybe haven't worked with, and it seems like from the ones I've already spoken to, none of them work with it, so that's great. We've got some local honey, some mustard, a coarse grain mustard, and then some fresh kale. And then beyond that, they will have a fairly extensive pantry: cream, milk, eggs, butter, most dairy products, things like that to incorporate in with their menu planning.
What sort of things will competitors be evaluated on?
Well, at this level, we really focus on their skills in the kitchen, their knife skills. We want to see them work cleanly, good sanitation. We want to see them presented well. We want to see them presenting good food. So a lot of kitchen-related things. And then the other side of that is the tasting, where we have kitchen judges and tasting judges. The tasting will be on the quality of cook on the meat and, of course, the seasoning and how well they incorporated all those ingredients.
What is the reasoning for setting up this challenge and deciding to make this kind of an event and a competition that's happening for the students?
I love competitions, and it's a way for me to encourage them to come out of their comfort zone a bit. It challenges them, it pushes them to see where they're at with their culinary skills so far, and I've been involved for many years in competition. I just wanted to try something a little different and a different challenge for them to rise to the occasion.
A little more pressure when there's a competition, right? Is it helping people react under pressure? Do you think that'll be a benefit from this?
It really does help them. It helps them learn about themselves, to see where they're at with their culinary skills. They can look around the room at the end of the competition and see, how other people did, what their plates look like. So really it should be a good way for them to gain knowledge.
When and where is the challenge?
Coming up February 9th is the Mystery Box Challenge. So although we've revealed a couple of weeks ahead, that is just really to give the students time. So the competition itself will be at Prairieland Park in Saskatoon, Monday, February 9th at 5 p.m.
If someone's looking to find out more information, where can they go?
We have the Saskatoon Culinary Federation on Instagram. That's probably the easiest spot to go to. It's kind of where we put our regular posts, or they can contact me.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for speaking with me.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
We'll take a look at weather right after the break. Also, tips for shoveling snow safely as winter settles in across the country. Now, Jeff, am I completely out to lunch? Or I know we're not going to get the exact snowfall that Eastern Canada got, but is there a little bit on the horizon?
There is a little bit, and emphasis on little. Like there might even actually be a little skiff of snow tonight, but next week there's a possibility of some snow. So a few centimeters may show up, but yes, nothing like what they've been dealing with in central Canada, even in the East Coast. Certainly Halifax had 2 rounds of snow, and so they've been having to shovel out for a couple of days there, and of course then the big storms that hammered many parts of the United States. As I mentioned earlier on, we are anticipating a particularly soggy weekend, maybe even starting Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for British Columbia, the lower mainland, maybe up to 200 millimeters of rain in some places in and around like on Tofino and places like that on Vancouver Island, but still a lot of rain on the way. An atmospheric river starting to show up, starting to get out of the way is finally the polar vortex, but still going to be taking its time. That cold Arctic air is slow to move out of Canada. It's slowly moving out of Saskatchewan, but hanging around Manitoba is going to take a while to get out of that province. But not a lot in the way of wind, and that's good news. And you can certainly see some things brewing up precipitation-wise in Alberta. Some of that will be coming our way. So overnight, minus 21 in Spiritwood, minus 16 in North Battleford, in the Battleford's region. But then look at this. We get into the high minus 20s again. So you can certainly see that Arctic air isn't leaving. Minus 28 for an overnight low in Candle Lake, and minus 27 for Birch Hills, minus 26 in Rostern, minus 29 in Nipawin, and minus 27 in Melfort. So I know a number of people will still be plugging in their cars, and you don't have to do it all night, but certainly if you can get that car plugged in for a little bit in the morning, that makes it easier on the engine to start, that's for sure. Minus 13 with cloudy skies in Spiritwood, minus 12 in the Battleford's tomorrow's high, minus 18 for Candle Lake, minus 18 as well for Birch Hills, minus 17 for Rostern, mainly cloudy, and minus 19 in both Melfort and Nipawin. And those temperatures are still below seasonal and not much different than what we were experiencing today. So tonight for the Prince Albert region, a risk of frostbite is certainly still there. Light and variable winds, though, but still pretty cold at minus 28, so mainly clear skies. And then tomorrow, a bit more in the way of cloud cover, still with a risk of frostbite, minus 18 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 10, so that minus 18 is going to feel like it's in the low minus 20s. And the 7-day forecast for Prince Albert and area, minus 14 on Thursday, staying cloudy on Friday, but the temperatures are jumping into the single digits starting on Friday, minus 8 for a high. Saturday, chance some flurries. We talked about that later on, earlier in just a minute ago or so. 40% chance of flurries, minus 5 degrees, minus 8 on Sunday, minus 5 on Monday, and Tuesday, minus 1. And we might see a bit more flurry activity as we get into the first week of February.
Now, we don't have a whole lot of sun coming, but are you one of those guys, Jeff? Do you wear sunglasses in the wintertime, or is that only a summertime thing?
Only at night. No, yeah, thank you, Corey Hart. No, I should, because I know it's important for your eye protection, but I tend to only wear them in the summer, yeah.
I'm the same way, yeah. All right, Jeff. Well, the Prince Albert Raiders are ranked the best junior hockey team in the country. The latest CHL Top 10 rankings have the Prince Albert Raiders as the top team in Canada for the first time this season. Prince Albert went 4-0 last week with a total of 26 goals scored and only 4 allowed. The Raiders are first in the Eastern Conference and are on a 7-game win streak. Prince Albert will host the Saskatoon Blades Saturday night, and the rematch goes Sunday in Saskatoon.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
There's less snow here on the prairies as there is in eastern Canada right now after that record-setting storm. As shoveling becomes a necessary chore, Pauline Chan has tips on how to do so safely.
For some people, the shoveling started last night.
It's decent because we did a bunch of phases yesterday.
Okay.
So I think if we didn't get ahead of it, it would be really hard.
When you're shoveling snow, it's a real strenuous physical activity, and it can have a lot of extra workload on the heart.
Dr. Alan Grill says it's a full body workout that can stress the heart.
You're using your arms, your legs, your back. Secondly, when it's cold outside, your blood vessels tend to constrict. If people have heart disease, they can narrow because of cholesterol, etc. So if they narrow even more when it gets cold outside, that also increases the stress on the heart. Cold weather increases blood pressure, making the heart work even harder to keep the body going.
Take frequent breaks and don't overload your shovel. Use your legs to bear the weight and try not to twist your spine. Physiotherapist Kate Moffat says she anticipates people will start coming in with aches and strains in the next day or so.
The most common is low back injuries, followed by shoulder or kind of bicep and arm injuries.
And when you come in from the cold?
Our instinct is to rest and be still. And the best treatment for low back pain is to keep yourself gently moving. Simple pelvic tilt, some seated marching, just anything that keeps those muscles moving a little bit is going to help them settling down. Taking a walk just around your home.
She says winter isn't done with us yet, so learn to protect your body. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Now, I have to say, there was one of those, the form, I wasn't quite sure. It looked like the guy was taking off, maybe a sliver, 3 or 4 inches. You got to take a full shovel's worth.
Exactly. And some people say spray a little Pam, or I know that's a brand name, but a little cooking spray on your shovel helps the snow slip off if it's sticky and wet.
There you go. Tips from us on the prairies. Well, Jeff, Lego and Crocs have a new collaboration for anyone looking to make a fashion statement, because what's worse than stepping on a Lego brick? Each set of these Lego Crocs also includes a mini Lego figurine, which also comes with a pair of Lego brick clogs. They're available on February 16th, although they're a little pricey. They start at $269 a pair.
Ugh. It's just after Valentine's Day, because I know those will be a big seller for the ladies.
There you go. And it's right in the middle of winter when all you want to do is wear something like that. Just big, clunky, whatever those are. I'll stop there.